Having me. Thank you to everyone who requested to hear my beautiful voice too. I appreciate that.
How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very first hockey game to join the stream. Everyone was very excited to see you, and enjoy the rest of the game in the third period.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye-bye, guys.
Trevor Beggs joining the show from Locked On Canucks. Thanks for joining me today, brother.
My pleasure, Russell. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good.
Hey, buddy. What an intro. Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem. It's nice to see you again. It's been a while.
Dude, absolutely. Yeah, those late nights, early mornings.
Yeah, weird
they were
times.
rough.
We are excited to welcome Dave Hall to the show. Welcome, my man.
Hey, thanks for having me today. I'm excited to be on.
Yeah. We're excited to welcome to the show Larry Fisher.
Thanks for having me, Russell. Looking forward to talking lots of hockey.
Yeah, look at that. Look at this man. He's wearing his Canucks jersey at a Montreal game. You love to see it. He became a local legend by calling the Abbotsford Canucks Calder Cup run. We are very happy to welcome Brandon Astle to the show. How's it going, brother?
Russell, I'm doing well. Thanks a lot for having me on.
I'd like to introduce to Nothing is Perfect, Mr. Zach Nolan.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
Howdy.
What's up, my dude? They say never meet your heroes, but boy, am I glad I got to, because here he is, the man, the myth, the legendary host, Toddcast Podcast, Mr. Todd Hancock.
Dude, thank you, man. What a crazy introduction. A hero, a myth, a legend.
Yeah. We are pleased to welcome to the show Canuckland.
Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited.
Passionate, realistic, honest. Rev Trev.
Let's go. Let's get some passion going. There's some actual hockey playing.
Smith plays it right across the zone. Bolana with a shot. Score! The Abbotsford Canucks from the blue line! Shot through a crowd! And the Canucks have won it in overtime! Just like that, game one is over! And you don't have to wait much longer, because the Abbotsford Canucks have won game one with 14:09 left to go in the overtime period! Woo! Just Charlotte wins the draw. They skate in. They take a shot towards the net. Goes high and wide. Comes around. In behind. Into the corner. And just like that, being resilient. Next man up. The Abbey Canucks, no doubt, never lost 2 games in a row in this Calder Cup Finals. And the Abbey Canucks are Calder Cup champions. Woo! Can you believe it? What's up, everyone? It's Russell Holidays. Nothing is perfect. It's time for a very special Rusty and Dusty. This is my third stream in the last 24 hours. Here we are. I'm sorry I pushed it back a little bit too. I was going to start at 3, but I was watching the Sweden versus USA game on delay. So I wanted to make sure that I managed to watch the end of it before we went live. So here we are. We've gone live now. So we're going to do a couple of different things today. We are going to have a look at the brackets for the upcoming semifinals. We are going to get you guys up to date on the Abbotsford Canucks because they had a big win the other night against the top team in their division. So we'll make sure we get you guys all up to date on that. And then we'll just chit chat, We'll see how she goes. Those are the two main things that we wanted to do. So let me go ahead and see if Dustin is ready to go. Let's see. Let's reset 20 minutes. Now let's just make this say 0 minutes, shall we? There we go. Okay, yeah, because that's the final in OT. I think I've got everything. Sorry, we're kind of running by the seat of our pants. Dobby's having a little party with his puppy friends now at school. So that's always good to see. Sweet little Dobberton. Such a little good boy. We love him most so much. Yeah. So, Chico is here. It looks like, hang on a second here. Ah, yes, that's not, I thought that was not working properly. Let me just quickly fix this right here, guys. There we go. Oh, this is not working at all. What the heck? Come on. Come on, computer. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. All right. Everything looks good now. All right. So yeah, Hachiko was here. And then I believe Zach was first one into the building too. We can make that work. Yeah, Zach was here. Says, let's go, Abby! And then Hachiko said, let's go, Team USA. God damn it, Sweden ties it. I'm so scared it's going into OT. My heart can't take this. And then he says, Quinn fucking Hughes, I love you. And then Solsuj Guru's here too. And he says, the Cheche go-ahead goal should have been called back for too many men on the ice. Everyone missed it. The refs, Canadian players, Canadian coaches, even the announcers. Yep, I didn't see it either. And then Swervin's here and he's like, Dobby cake, Dobby cake, Dobby cake, Dobby cake, Dobby cake, Dobby cake. It's the first time I'm here. There he is. I'll say Dustin is here. All right, let's get him on the line then. Shall we? Shall we? Because this is a very special episode of the Rusty and Dusty Show. All right. We're going to keep you kids waiting. Without further ado, for the second time today, Dustin Boydell. Oh, your thing's broken. Nobody can hear you. Let me fix that. Yeah. Can we hear him now?
How about now?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. We can hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
What? Oh, is Ollie in the room?
Just checking.
Oh, okay. Nope, we're good. Everything's fixed?
Everything's fine. Some helium leaking in your studio there.
The only thing wrong with today is that Sweden couldn't pull it off.
Yeah. Late goal by Zabinajad to tie it up with just over a minute left to go. Send things to overtime, but man, they did not get a sniff in that overtime period. The USA dominated them.
Yeah. USA dominated, and I don't know what Sweden's MO was, but I mean, every time they got possession, they just did not look like they had any interest in getting it toward the net. So it was, only about, I think 5 different Swedish players saw the ice in overtime. So yeah, Hallam's coaching this entire tournament was questionable. So good on Sweden to get as far as they did, but I think he left a lot of tools in the cupboard when it came to Sweden's game, not only today but the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, I think he went short benched by the time they hit the third period. Like, it was crazy.
Well,
Jesper Bratt didn't get a single shift through the first 40 minutes of that game.
Yeah, I know.
And then suddenly he's out there in overtime. Like, it didn't make much sense.
Yeah, and Pedersen no shifts in overtime and known to be a skilled 3-on-3 player. I mean, say what you will about him and how his season has gone 5-on-5 for the Canucks and things like that, but 3-on-3 overtime with best on best. I mean, I'm putting a couple of my fastest, highest scores out there, and just didn't really seem like that was the way to go. He went with seniority over the speed and youth, and I don't know if he was trying to choke that into a shootout, but yeah, it was very strange approach to the 3-on-3 from Team Sweden there.
Well, just in general, like, you look at the overall ice times for these players, and there are multiple people, not even just PD, right? Like, you're looking at it, Ricard Raquel has under 10 minutes. Elias Lindholm has under 10 minutes. Pontus Holmberg had 6 minutes. Jesper Bratt played 6 minutes. And you're talking about a team that played yesterday against, another team. They were tired, and you're not spreading out your ice time. You're insane.
Yeah, Lucas Raymond 21, Eriksson Ek 19. Those guys are playing defenseman numbers, and they've been dressing an extra forward and an extra defenseman every game. Unfortunately, Victor Hedman hurts himself in warm-up of this one and doesn't see a second of ice time. Again, maybe something that should have been on their radar. They should have maybe gone with Rasmus Andersson instead of Victor Hedman. All sorts of question marks when it comes to Sam Hallam and how he coached this Swedish national team. I imagine a lot of the Swedish journalists won't be super happy with how that last game went. I think they did have their chances to stick it to US a bit if they made the proper adjustments with their lineup. To even hold it to a 1-goal game, it was a tight hockey game early. Markstrom had a hell of a game keeping Sweden in it. But alas, Canada will take on Finland at 7:40 a.m. Friday morning, and the U.S. will have to go against those Slovakians that are the only team that cruised to the semifinals with their 6-2 victory over Germany. And they will go at 12:10 p.m. Local time on Friday. So the early game for Canada, like we kind of predicted, NBC getting their afternoon U.S. start. So another coffee game. Let's hope to God Canada gets into the finals, because what time does the bronze medal game start on Sunday?
It's a 3:10 a.m. game.
Yeah.
Bronze medal. No. The bronze medal game is actually on Saturday. So they actually have it on Saturday.
Thank goodness.
So it would be 11:40 our time on Saturday. So if Canada loses to Finland, they will play on Saturday. If they defeat Finland, they will be playing at 5:10 a.m. on Sunday morning, because they have to get it done before the the closing ceremonies.
Closing ceremonies.
Hilarious. Yes. Mike Sullivan is pissed because his team is constantly playing the noon slot, which is the 9:00 slot in Italy. And that's because NBC has a deal with the IOC because they paid them more money than anyone else. So Mike Sullivan hates the schedule, but NBC loves it. So I guess we'll give, the corporations the will to decide when teams will play rather than what the coaches want, right?
Well, and it's kind of a weird complaint. I mean, so they're having a hard time getting to sleep at night. It's like, well, you're playing at 9:00 at night. What does it matter? Does it matter if they're up at 6 a.m? Like, what kind of boot camp are you running over there? It's not like they only had one day where they had to play back to back. They've had a day of rest between pretty much every game. So it's just kind of it's just finding something to complain about to me. Trying to find excuses for their poor play. They have not played excellent hockey. So we'll see how they do against Slovakia on Friday, but it will be another tough test for the Americans, who won't be able to afford a slow start, because the Slovakians in pretty much all their games have come out of the gates just flying. So a good game. There'll be good games all around on the semifinals. Be tough for Canada to go against Finland, who did bury quite a few goals in this tournament, but also likely had the weakest group in preliminaries. So we'll see what happens. But so far, so good for that Canada-US final that everyone has been desperately hoping for.
Yeah, I think that's the resounding yes that everybody wants to see. So we'll have to wait and see. Slovakia has been turning some heads, so they might give the US a run for their money. But maybe they can't handle that late start time either. So we'll have to wait and see.
There you go.
7:40 a.m. Friday morning. More breakfast hockey before the really big breakfast hockey on the Sunday. Abby Canucks. That's one of the reasons we wanted to get together again here today, because I wanted to talk about this huge win that they had. It was a Monday afternoon game against the number one team in their division, the Ontario Reign. They had beaten them the day before, or sorry, 2 days before, because they actually had a day off of rest. 2-1. They only had 12 shots in the whole damn game and managed to win it. So Dustin, Abby Canucks, Ontario Reign, can you tell us a little bit about what happened that afternoon?
Well, Abbotsford did control the majority of this game out of the gate. Not Tolopilo's greatest performance. The workload did kind of start to show in this one a little bit. Otto Janssen getting things started in this one for the Ontario Reign, scoring on one of only 3 shots in the first period on Nikita Tolopilo. Abbotsford turning 8 against Phoenix Copley, I believe, was in the other end for this one. And he was able to hold the door shut. However, we would go 1-0 into the second period. Going into the second period, though, 38 seconds in, Jonathan Lecker-Mackey off a beautiful setup by Ty Mueller, evening this one up at 1 with another one of his snipe shows, his 12th of the season. And then 2 minutes, 22 seconds in, the All-Star, Ben Berard, returning from All-Star weekend, picking up where he had been leaving off, heading into the All-Star break, getting set up by Niels Oman, who has been welcomed back, his second game back after injury, finding Berard for the second goal of this game to put the Abbotsford Canucks up 2-1. Ontario Reign would even this one at 2 before the end of the period, so we would go into the third period tied 2-2. Glenn Godden getting one by Tolopilo, another not super strong goal. And Abbotsford carrying the bulk of the shot total into the third period, 15-8. So, not typical Tolopilo numbers after 2 periods, giving up 2 on 8 shots. And then 3 minutes and 51 seconds into the third period, he would give up another one on, I believe, the first shot of the period for those Ontario Reign. Otto Janssen getting his second of the game past Tolopilo, putting them up 3-2.
Did you see the
Abbotsford
angle too, by the way?
Yeah.
Disgusting. He was below the goal line when he shot it. And I'm pretty sure obviously the replays in the AHL can be a little bit sketchy sometimes, but oh my God, I'm pretty sure it went off the side of Tolopilo's head and into the net. I think that's how that got in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's the epitome of no room, right? Like the definition of no room. You don't think a shot's coming from there as a goalie. So that one was the one that I was like, well, Tolopilo's in position. I mean, what does he do? He puts it off the side of his head and into the net. So it's one of those ones where you might be cheating a little bit off the post, but not with your shoulder, with your head. And so that was too bad. Abbotsford would push hard to tie this one up. Jujar Kara, the big man, in front of the net, finding a rebound off of Victor Mancini's shot and getting one by Copley to tie this one up. And then it would be all Abbotsford for the rest of the game. except for maybe the last 5 minutes. However, Jonathan Lekermacki, 13:28 into the third period, would get his second of the game, set up again by Ty Mueller. A beautiful cycle set up inside the left circle between these guys. We had Arshdeep Baines starting it off, getting it to Mueller, who cycled it back to Lekermacki, who just kind of found a screen, got it through the screen with that beautiful shot, getting his 13th and putting the Abbotsford Canucks up by 1.
Well, Dustin,
and then Ty Mueller.
I always like to point out too, that whole play started in the Canucks zone with Lekermacki starting the whole play out. And then that, yeah, like you said, you described it perfectly. That cycle right around. They kept the puck all the way in that face-off circle and then managed to rip it past, which was great to see.
Yeah, I mean, the difference a cycle can make in the offensive zone, right? Like you can get the defense moving around a bit. You can create those shooting lanes, find some screens, and just an absolute rocket by Lekermacki. And then shortly after that, at 16:44, Ty Mueller would add the insurance goal off a setup from Jet. Who?
Jet.
Woo! And also Arshdeep Baines getting another assist in this game, which would tie him with Linus Karlsson for the all-time point lead for Abbotsford Canucks. So Arshdeep Baines will be looking for that point tonight to go ahead of Linus Karlsson and become the all-time point leader for these Abbotsford Canucks. So Ontario would push in those last 4 minutes and even the shot, or bring the shot total a little closer together. But for the majority of this game, Abbotsford did control offensive zone possession, handled themselves very well, taking the second game against Ontario. I know that first game, a lot of people were questioning it because when you look at the box score, it looked a little lopsided. But this game was just very controlled, outscored a couple of mistakes, and are continuing on their little point streak run that they started before the All-Star game. And taking 2 against the first team in the Pacific is a good way to get on that run. When I believe you told me point-wise, it's looking like they need to go about 16-6 for the rest of the way, which is it's a tough task. However, in the AHL, with the parity, with the injuries that are with the players that are getting healthy at both NHL and AHL levels, they should be able to be much more competitive with the majority of those remaining games. So we'll obviously, like always, keeping a close eye on the farm team, making sure that those young guys are developing well. And we're just hoping for Manny to make a big push here at the end.
Yeah, it could be tough. 10 points out of a playoff spot right now. They do have a .420 winning percentage, which is pretty awesome, but also not great because .420 is not great when it comes to winning percentages, at least. So yeah, 10 points out behind the Tucson Roadrunners. As we can see here, you've got the Henderson Silver Knights, which they will be playing a back-to-back against this weekend. And then the Calgary Wranglers are the 2 teams directly in front of them. Both those teams are struggling mightily. The Tucson Roadrunners are not playing bad, but the Canucks will be playing them a couple more times too, so they can use that to reel them in a bit. But yeah, like I said, if they want to have a reasonable chance of make the playoffs, they're going to have to go on an absolute tear. Like Dustin said, it should probably be, they'll have to get like 16 wins out of their last 22 games about. So that might be a bit of a tough task, considering they have to jump over 3 teams as well. But having said that, when I looked at it last year, the last 22 games of the season, I think they had 1 regulation loss and 2 overtime losses. So they were like on a ridiculous pace. They were like 17-1-2 or something like that. 16-1-2 or something like that to finish the season last year. So it is possible. And then obviously we're also going to have the 2 Olympians coming back right now after they're done here. So you're going to have Henri Ravinskis and Lucas Reichel rejoining the team, coming back from the Olympics. So they should be theoretically able to join the team for the weekend games, which will be coming up on Saturday, I think, is the next time that that they will play. Let me just pull up the schedule here for everyone to see. So yes, we got Ontario tonight. It's going to be a 7:00 start, so we'll make sure to get you guys up to date on that one. on Friday morning, and then Friday night starts their back-to-back against the Henderson Silver Knights. So they'll be playing at 7 o'clock down there in Henderson, and then again on Saturday at 6 o'clock. And then Calgary, there it is. So Calgary will be the game after that, another team that they are chasing. So like we said, it's not impossible. They're not mathematically eliminated yet, but will be interesting to see too. We did see the good news, obviously, at Vancouver Canucks practice. Zeev Buium was practicing. I believe, was Zeev Buium also wearing a non-contact jersey? I can't remember, but I feel like he might have been.
Yes,
so
he was, and he was wearing a full cage, not a bubble.
Yeah, which was interesting.
So wearing a metal cage. I don't think Zeev likes the bubble very much, so I think he would rather wear the cage. So he was wearing the extra protection on the face. Obviously, that puck in the cheek did some pretty gnarly damage that we saw with our own eyes. That eye swelling up and cheek swelling up in a hurry in that game. So hopefully that's nothing too serious. Maybe. Well, we did see some brief updates from practice today. I didn't see if Buium was still in non-contact jerseys or things like that. The only update I did see was an unfortunate update for Philip Hedl, who has been sent to the hospital for x-rays. This poor guy just can't catch a break. Brock Besser shot, deflecting off the glass, catching Hedl right in the face, and he was dazed, left the ice, went for x-rays. So we will wait to hear an update on Hedl. But at some point, you just got to ask, are the hockey gods just against this kid playing? Man, just real unfortunate moment. And of course, it's a guy like Brock Besser who will probably carry that guilt with him and look like a whipped puppy as usual. And so it's just, it's everything that can go wrong will go wrong with the Vancouver Canucks this year. And we just need to get to the summer and get to that damn draft, because there's only so much more my poor heart can take.
Yeah. The Vancouver Murphy's Laws is what we should be calling it. Terrible for Hedl. And that, I mean, we talked about that, right? Like just from a human aspect at this point, I don't think I want to see him in a Canucks jersey anymore, because we've seen this with Michael Furland. I don't want to see another player's career slowly fizzle away before my eyes every time he gets hit or randomly takes a puck off the face at practice. So we hope all the best for Philip Hedl, but at some point, maybe it's just good. Maybe just shut it down for the year. He apparently did see some specialists for the migraines, which some other players have been dealing with and went and saw. So we'll have to wait and see if we get any kind of updates. But the Canucks do have a little bit more of a break. They don't play again for another week. So 7 days they'll be playing their first game next Wednesday when they're facing I think it's the Vegas Golden Knights that night, which is not an easy team to start off with.
No.
Let's pull it up here so we can give you the official look at it. Sorry, no, it's the Winnipeg Jets. So, I mean, not much better. So the Winnipeg Jets will be the team they will be playing on Wednesday, February the 25th, their first game back. So there is a week, some of these guys, maybe Zeev Buium feels good. My main thing is I don't want to see Lekkerimäki or Mancini get called up, because I'd love to see them stay down to help that push for the playoffs. So we'll have to wait and see if these guys can get back. Looks like Brock Besser's probably good to go. So I think Lekkerimäki probably stays down there despite his torrid scoring pace lately, which is probably better for his development. And then we'll have to wait and see if Buium can get back. Then Mancini probably stays down there too. Get that Ravinskis and that Reichel back on that team. And man, that Abbotsford team suddenly starts to look like a wagon that maybe could go 16-6 to finish the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and more reinforcements from junior hockey if some teams get eliminated. I mean, you have Riley Patterson in the OHL there, just on a crazy scoring pace, who is, I believe, it will be eligible once his season is over. I think first week in March, I believe he turns 20 years old. So, obviously there's lots of wheels in motion at the development level, and could be much more meaningful hockey being played down low as well. So that's another reason why you want to keep guys like Lekkerimäki and Victor Mancini and players like that. Kudryavtsev coming back soon as well, hopefully. So that will bolster the defense on the left side. But yeah, like you said, best just to leave those guys down rather than come up and just play losing hockey. And also getting Foot's grubby hands all over them. So I am with you. I would prefer to see Lekermacki and those guys stay down now, and just try and help fight for this last little hope of playoff chance down there in Abbotsford.
Yeah, this is from Dave Hall's Twitter page. The OHL Ice Dogs played today, which means Riley Patterson scored another goal. He's at 70 points in 47 games. So, and I don't think the Ice Dogs are supposed to make the playoffs. So, like you said, he turns 20, then he can join the Abby Canucks, and yeah, could be a really good experience for a young kid as well, coming up to play against some men, which you don't really see down there in the OHL.
100%. Yep.
Dustin, is there anything you want to say to chat before I let you go?
Well, thank you for coming back and joining us for the split show today. I know it's a little unusual, but of course, things like that happen when you have regular lives and you do things like YouTube on the side. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Have a great Thursday. If you do get a chance to catch the women's game, obviously best of luck to the Canadian women tomorrow morning at in Italy, taking on the Americans. It'd be nice to get the double gold, and that always starts with the women first. So I myself will be, of course, cheering and watching that one, and we'll talk to everyone Friday morning, bright and early, 7:40, when those Canadians take on those Finns from and Kevin Lankinen. We can't forget that we will have a Canucks component going up against Team Canada in these semifinals. So I realized we didn't bring that up earlier, but when we do play against Finland, there is that side aspect to it as well.
Yeah, I believe Kevin Lankinen made it into the game today too, didn't he? Oh no, he didn't. No, he wasn't playing.
No,
bastards. All right, Dustin. Enjoy the afternoon. Thanks for popping on again, and we'll chat again soon, my dude.
You as well, and also another extra happy birthday to Mr. Dobby. I hope he has a great time and is having a great time at doggy daycare with his buddies. And all my best to Crystal, and we'll talk to you Friday morning.
Thanks, brother. Talk again soon. Bye.
Cheers, man.
Dustin Boydell, the Silver Fox, stopping by for a second segment on today's stream. Wanted to make sure we got all the information you guys needed. Had to run off this morning. The first thing that happened when I dropped off Dobby this morning, I got to the front door. I was about to hand him over to the attendant there. And she's like, "It's Dobby's birthday today." She was super stoked. So that was good to see. Everyone loves Dobby there because he's such a cute little muffin. He's the little fluffy boy. Okay. This is what the upcoming couple days look like here on Nothing is Perfect. Always nice to see you guys. Rusty and Dusty. There are more Hattus. Yeah, there's lots of Hattus out there. Jay Bokov saying, on this day in 2010, Slovakia defeats Team Russia in round robin match at the men's Vancouver 2010 Winter Olympic Hockey Tournament. The late Pavel Dimitra, whose NHL team at the time was the Vancouver Canucks, scored the winner in the 7th round of the shootout. That's crazy. What a trip down memory lane, Jay. What a snipe from Hughes, though. Sweden can't give him that much space. Time and space. He was so shifty and dynamic. That is true. Yes. Right. So, number one. Oh, you can't even. Yeah, no, you can. So, Canada versus USA for the gold medal. It is a 10:10 a.m. start. Unfortunately, I do have to work my day job, so we won't be able to actually be live for it, but we will get you up to date on it when we are streaming on Friday, because that's when Canada will play Sweden. It's going to be another 7:40 a.m. start. That is very small. There we go. That's better. That makes that bigger too. There you go. All right. So 19:10, but it's a 9-hour difference. So 10:10 a.m. For USA versus Canada on the women's side. Canada in the semifinals against Finland. So that'll be a 7:40 start As well, tonight, the Abbey Canucks will be facing the Ontario Reign for a third time in a row. This time it is in Ontario, so it could be a tougher task. Obviously playing on the away surface, and then they are no rest for the weary. They got Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So 3 games in 4 nights for the Abbey Canucks. It's going to be busy for them. Like we said, they got to start winning some games to have a push for the playoffs. And then once we get through these games, the next one we'll be seeing the Vancouver Canucks back on the ice against the Winnipeg Jets Wednesday, February the 25th. So there is everything that's going to be going on. There is a chance we will be live for Be a Pro on Tuesday. I have to discuss that with the wife first, but there's a good chance we'll be live for that. So we'll be live on Friday at 7:40 a.m. For the Canada versus Finland game. We'll be live on Tuesday, hopefully, for the Be a Pro stream. And then we'll be live again on Wednesday for the first game back with the Vancouver Canucks versus the Winnipeg Jets. Lots to talk about. Lots going on. Was this an unscheduled live stream? I did schedule it, Fangirl, but only last minute. Want to just stream replays of the Olympics for the rest of the year? Yeah, let's just do that. We'll just pull up we're going to stream every single time there's a Canucks game. We'll stream an Olympic game instead. I'll just put on a replay from CBC Gem and watch that instead. I feel bad that you have to eventually go back to Canucks hockey. Oh, hi. Didn't realize you were going live again. Sorry. Hi, Irvin. Hi, Thomas. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. Lots coming up, guys, as per usual. Always busy here on Nothing is Perfect. Yeah, just a little quick one for you guys today. I'll post the stream for Friday morning once I'm done here so you guys can see that. And yeah, like I said, we'll be live for Friday morning next coming up. So that'll be lots of fun as Canada will face Finland. It should be interesting to see. Maybe Lankinen does get in, but looks like probably not. I don't think they've used him at all so far. So until Friday morning at 7 a.m., remember, do you have some sort of window in your office? I do. Yep. So when the light is out, when it's sunny, then I have different lighting in here. I mean, in the bar, we're in a bar. The lighting's been great these days. The lighting in these day streams is great. Yeah, but we want it to look like a dirty bar. Kevin Lankinen and the Finns versus Canada. Hey, that is true. Yeah. So we'll be live again on Friday morning. We'll get you up to date on the Canadian women, see if they're able to take out the Americans for the gold medal. But until Friday morning, remember, my name is Russell Holiday. This is Nothing is Perfect. And make sure that you make good choices.
Get that.
How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very first hockey game to join the stream. Everyone was very excited to see you. And enjoy the rest of the game in the third period.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye-bye, guys.
Trevor Beggs joining the show from Locked On Canucks. Thanks for joining me today, brother.
My pleasure, Russell. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good.
Hey, buddy. What an intro. Thanks, man.